Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements. Find out the latest Madison County sports information from Richmond Register sports editor Nathan Hutchison, coming up next. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber and KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media.
Welcome into Madison County Sports Night Live for Thursday, February the 16th. I hope everybody's safe out there. It was a horrible, horrible weather day. I drove up to Lexington and back in that torrential downpour, and not a good thing. I know there's a lot of flooding out there, so hopefully everybody is doing okay. But we got some good stuff to tell you about tonight. Hopefully maybe take your mind off the bad weather. But Randy, did you survive the weather? Did you have to drive around in that?
I did. I had to go to Berea today. Man, there were some ducks passing me.
Yeah, it was crazy. But I was up in Lexington because it was the beginning of the KHSAA State Diving and Swimming Championships, and today was diving day, and the day finally arrived. We've talked about the Patterson family on this show quite a bit, Judd and his three daughters, and they have come so close to winning state championships over the years. I figured it up since 2015. Those three young ladies have combined for 13 top 10 finishes, including 3 second places and 3 third places. But today, the family finally got its first ever state championship. It was Reagan Patterson, that young lady right there on your screen, with an impressive final dive to pick up the KHSAA state championship. She finished with a total score of 5:12.50, breaking the state record that had stood for almost 11 years. And it was, trust me, folks, it was a crazy finish. The young lady, Peyton Moore of Cooper, had won the last 2 state championships. She's a junior. Reagan is also a junior. And Peyton was ahead of Reagan for most of the day, all through the prelims, all through the semifinals, by usually about 5 to 10 points, and came down to the finals. And when you get to the finals, it comes down to just 3 dives, and Reagan put together 3 really good dives. When it came down to the final dive, Reagan went before Peyton, and so she did a forward 2.5 somersault tuck that brought in a score of 62.4, an amazing score, mostly 7s and 8s from the scorers there. Peyton Moore comes up, does the exact same dive, and gets a 54.0. And so Reagan Patterson beats out the 2-time defending state champion by 0.2 of a point to claim her first ever state championship. Both those young ladies beat out the previous state record. So, I mean, both of them finished 100 points ahead of anyone else. So it was an amazing day for those 2 young ladies. And it was Reagan Patterson, the junior from Madison Southern, picking up her first ever state title and the first ever state title for the Patterson family. And afterwards, I had a chance to talk to Dad, the coach, Judd, and Reagan. We're here at the University of Kentucky for the KHSAA State Diving Championships, and we're here with the champion, Madison Southern junior Reagan Patterson, her dad, and Coach Judd Patterson. And Coach, the Patterson family finally has the state championship,
right.
Huh?
Yep.
So many close calls, so many seconds, thirds, fourths. And,
we've always been up against the line, and there's just always been one great diver ahead of us. And Reagan, she was taking it today. There was no chance she wasn't coming home with the trophy.
Well, Reagan, you were trailing heading into that last dive, though, and you killed it. Took the lead, but then, of course, Peyton had to come after you. And she had a great dive too. So kind of what's going through your head there when you're waiting for the score to come in?
When I saw she hit it, I didn't know what to think. I was like, it's either it's me or it's her. It's like it was so close that I couldn't even think in the moment.
Yeah, 0.2 of a point. How about that?
Yeah, very close.
And then both of them broke the state record as well.
Yeah, that's what we understand. Yeah, it was a phenomenal meet between those two. It really, well, the whole meet was great, but those two put on a showcase for sure. It was something. And then under pressure for them both to deliver the dives that they did, it's unusual to see, and it's special. It's a special meet.
Yeah, I mean, I guess everybody, assumed it would be you and her. She won the last few state championships, and you've been right on her heels. You'd beaten her here a couple weeks ago at the Kentucky Invitational, so everybody kind of figured it'd be you two.
Yeah.
And she kind of kept ahead of you most of the way. Kind of, what was how do you keep your mindset straight there?
At points it was kind of hard to keep my mind like where it needed to be, but I just listened to music and kind of just had to relax and keep trusting myself.
Yeah.
We knew that the last 3 dives that she had, if she dove well, at the Kentucky High School Invitational meet where she beat Peyton, her last dive she beat Peyton by 16 or 17 points at that meet. So we knew that if she did what she did at that meet, this meet, she had a really good chance to win. And so, at any time you get to the last dive with an opportunity to win, that's all you can ask for. And then she knocked it out of the park. It was ridiculous.
He was trying to hide it, but he was wiping some tears over there.
He was.
Don't get me started.
No, we won't
start again.
All right. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
See, he was going to start crying there again. See, I'm not like, I try not to be Oprah and make people cry with my interviews, but sometimes the emotion of the moment gets the best of folks. But obviously, it's been a long battle for those young ladies, and you finally get that championship for the family. And actually, Lainey Patterson was there. Flannery was not. So some of the family was there. So one other note from the diving today, Madison Central freshman Sarah Morris finished 37th. She had 54.75 points in the preliminary round. Just a freshman, so I'm sure she'll be back and do great things in the future. So all right, got a lot of other stuff to tell you about. EKU doubleheader over at Alumni Coliseum, and like we've said so many times on this show and on the Richmond Register Sports Show and everything else, Alumni Coliseum has been very good to EKU this year. The women and the men both have a much better record at home than they do on the road, but that continued again tonight as the women and the men pick up victories at home. The women defeated North Alabama 76-63 in an ASUN matchup, and the men picked up a 74-58 win over Central Arkansas. We'll start with the ladies as they move up to 11-3 on the season, and it was Liche Recanati, 15 points and 9 assists. Antoinette Walker, 14.6 rebounds. Emma Hacker, 13 points and 7 rebounds. 15-12 on the season for the Colonels, 8-6 in the league. They jumped out to a 21-9 lead in the first quarter, never trailed. And they'll be back in action Saturday in their final home game of the season as they take on Central Arkansas. A nice solid win for the EKU men, who go to 13-1 on the season at home. I don't think that one loss was that 66-60 loss to Western Kentucky way back in November, but it was a 74-58 win over Central Arkansas. And Isaiah Cozart, I always joke because he's right above my shoulder right up here, but 16 points and 9 rebounds, 7 blocks. Dang near a triple-double for that young man on a night when the Colonels didn't shoot it particularly well, only 40% from the field, 3 of 25 from three-point range. They did hit a bunch of free throws, 15 of 27 at the line. Cooper Robb was back in the lineup. He had 14 points. Michael Marino, 13 points. Devontae Blanton with 11 points. 18-10 on the season now for the Colonels, 11-4 in the conference. And that keeps them now just 1 game behind Liberty. EKU's in 3rd place. Kennesaw State and Liberty play tonight down in Georgia. Kennesaw State won. So Liberty drops to 3 losses in the league. Kennesaw has 2. And so EKU catching up with Liberty, 3rd place heading into the final 3 games of the regular season. And EKU will be back in action again Saturday at home against North Alabama. All right, a couple of other notes to tell you about. We were supposed to have a high school boys basketball game tonight, Powell County at Model, but because of all the rain and everything, the Powell County folks did not want to make the trip, so that game's been pushed back to tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, varsity only. we did get official word this morning on social media, and I also got a text from him. But something we've everybody's kind of known for a long time, but Jeremy Grant will not be back as the Madison Southern volleyball coach. I think it was 12 seasons he was there, a couple of district championships, and he's been on our shows and stuff a lot of times. He's a good guy. We'll miss him. He texted me and said, "Hey, maybe I can come work for you guys." And I'm like, "That's fine with me, man. You can come on anytime you want, do some interviews and everything as well." So, and also EKU quarterback Parker McKinney had a press conference today, which seemed a little anticlimactic to me, to be completely honest, because he was announcing he was returning. But anybody who was paying attention probably knew he was returning, because all of the EKU stuff they've put out promoting next season has had his face all over it. And if you've driven down the bypass, the big board in front of Alumni Coliseum has several ads with him on it, with NIL deals from Apollo's Pizza and Jack Burford Chevrolet and everything. So it was very obvious he was coming back for his 6th season, but he did have a press conference today to officially announce what was, I think, was pretty much a foregone conclusion. But of course, Parker already owns every record in the book, and coming back for a 6th year, he's just going to increase those numbers. And it's not likely anybody will ever come through Eastern Kentucky University to put up the numbers that young man has. So, and kind of cool, though. A little guy from Coalfield, Tennessee. We talked in the press conference today about how he had one offer out of high school, and it was Mark Elder and EKU, and that was the only school that offered him. So there you go. So that's about all we got for you. Looking ahead to tomorrow night, the final games of the high school basketball season, regular season. We'll have Berea's girls at Montgomery County, and then Central's girls are at home against East Jessamine, and then Madison Southern's girls are taking on Scott County over at Berea College in a game at 6 o'clock. And on the boys' side, you have Berea at Sayre, Bracken County at Southern in a game that will be played at Berea College. And then you have Madison Central traveling up to Covington Catholic. KHSAA State swim meet tomorrow. Girls go tomorrow. Boys go on Saturday. So there's all kinds of Madison County kids in both the boys and the girls. I've got a story up telling you who's who in the zoo and all that stuff. So if you want to go check that out. So we also have a story up about Reagan Patterson winning the state championship today, with some quotes from her and her dad. And this is what I wanted to reference here, because that's the Richmond Register from February 21st of 2019. And I don't know if Randy can zoom out or not, but that's the 3 Patterson sisters. And there you go. And this was there you go. See, you can see. Well, see, she was Ricky Barker back then. Look at that. This was before Ricky Pryor got married to Josh. But that's the story, the feature that Ricky did on those 3 young ladies. 4 years ago now. But I wanted to pick that out because that's this. And the opening line of that story right there talks about being crazy, and so I picked out that headline, "Brave and Crazy." It was a Tom Cochran song that I liked, so that's why I wanted to show you that in reference to those young ladies.
You're always thinking, man. You're always thinking.
I want to play you the song, but like "Brave and Crazy" by Tom Cochran here in a minute. But anybody watching this tonight?
Here, let's see. Yes. It's a little earlier. I can go to bed early. Of course, our buddy Ricky Elkins watching.
Of course.
Chris Blade is watching. Judy Godwin, Wanda Goodwin, Kaylee Baker is watching. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah. Thanks for watching.
Excellent.
You got anything to add?
Jump on,
how'd you
jump off. Jump on, jump
You guys, on Thursday you do the Estill County Sports Day. You want to promote that?
That's right. Yeah. Every Thursday night, 7 o'clock, you get all the Estill County, brought to you by WSKV Radio in Stanton and Estill County, and of course Marker Wallace Hospital, as well as Southeast Apparatus. It's all about all-inclusive Estill County sports, engineer sports.
Yeah. All right. Well, speaking of, I try not to ever get over my skis, as the old saying goes, but we are hoping to have Judd and Reagan on the sports show this weekend, so we can dive a little deeper. It's a bad pun, but a little deeper into their family and the success they've had.
Cool.
in diving in the last few years. So,
Sweet.
All right. You got anything else?
That's it.
All right. Well, let's get brave and crazy here.
Brave and crazy. That's pretty remarkable.
Off the Mad Mad World album, but Tom Cochran. So
Pattersons, they're such good people too.
yeah, you got to be a little crazy to be a diver, though. You know, I mean,
That's what I hear.
Yeah, and brave. You got to be a lot of brave and a lot of crazy. You got to be a lot of both. So, but that's all right. It's amazing what they've been able to accomplish. You know, so happy for her today and for the whole family to get that state championship. So,
That's fantastic.
you see the look of relief on everybody's face. They wanted
Like
it so
Jake's
bad.
picture where he goes.
Yeah, that is true. So, congratulations to them. And we'll let this roll for just a little bit. It's got a long intro on this. I gotta pick songs with shorter intros, right?
Cue it up, man.
Sat down with his guitar in a distant place. When a man walks up and tells him, buddy, there's some things you cannot say. I'll be damned if you tell me
There you
what
go.
I can.
Now Nathan's singing.
And I won't be no puppet here, none of your back.
You don't play guitar anymore?
Was invented.
This is not like.
All right. Well, that'll be all for tonight. But we'll be back here tomorrow. Hope everyone stays safe, stays dry, and we'll see you back here tomorrow. Thanks for
Turn
watching.
around, don't drown.
You got something we got everything crazy.
Abundant Hope Naturals, the official fruit smoothie for Sports Night. Come recharge with a delicious fruit smoothie full of protein and your choice of supplements. Madison County Sports Night is brought to you by Total Comfort Heating and Air Conditioning. Let Total Comfort keep you cool or warm this winter. Call for service or for a free replacement quote. Wynn's Auto Detailing Service. Snappy Tomato Pizza. Pizza. Metronet Fiber and KYmedia.net. Does your business or organization want to sponsor Madison County Sports Night on the Richmond Register Sports channels? Hit us up on social media.